All right, from our headquarters in Lagos, Nigeria, and across the globe, you're welcome to Enterprise Morning on Enterprise TV. I am Henry Egbetokun. In a bit, we'll be going to our newspaper headlines to see what they have for us this morning, and after that will be our main conversation for today. While we'll do all of that for you, please do well to visit our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com and also follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. To help me make sense of our newspaper headlines today is Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid. He is an attorney and also a public affairs analyst. You're welcome, sir, to Enterprise Morning today.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you so very much for granting us your time. So quickly, let's start up with the Vanguard newspaper today, and the big story there says how federal government orders gained 1.05 trillion naira from naira depreciation, and on the right it says as exchange rate gains soars by 10.400% in 9 months. And also on the top sleep of the same newspaper, we have $20 billion Dangote refinery marketers post payment in naira. And also we have EFCC arraigns Obiano over alleged 4 billion naira fraud today. And Rivers elders kick as court shun suit against Tinubu's peace pact. On the downsleep of the same newspaper, we have standoff in Plateau State as police battle 16 sacked PDP lawmakers. And also on the downsleep of the same newspaper, we have Pengerson rejects planned sale of Shell's onshore asset. Barrister, let's take a deep dive into this issue we have on the sacked Plateau lawmakers. This is your area of niche, and I'd love you to help us break it down, if you may. Number one, as it pertains what the Supreme Court has said concerning how that appeal court was wrong in hearing or granting some of those cases, knowing it is an inter-party thing. Then secondly, how you think justice can be done and why or how you feel that such cannot repeat itself going forward in Nigerian politics.
Now, what happened in Plateau State regarding the lawmakers who are sacked, the national and the House of Assembly members, it's an unfortunate situation, and it's an irreparable loss to them. Irreparable loss in the sense that, look, by our law, that is the end of it.
That is the end.
That's what they call OT law. So it's an OT law situation. It's an irreparable loss. It's a loss that you cannot take back. You can't gain it because by our law there must be an end to litigation, and then I don't know which court will review it.
So even if it's a first pass,
well, if it's a first pass, there is nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is to just give appeal to God, or even petition them to say, look, investigate this issue.
Oh, okay.
But if you have any evidence that something that it was not because that was a law or they didn't want to do that, but something happened behind the scene. If you can investigate that, you can write petition in that regard. Aside from that, there is nothing they can do again that can bring them back to that office as either House of Assembly member or House of Rep member, because the highest court when it comes to election petition regarding House of Assembly and the Senate and the Rep is the Court of Appeal. So in other words, the Supreme Court that will have even say, come and review it, has no jurisdiction to look into it. They cannot even review it. It can't be reviewed. This has been taken. And that is the law. When a judge gives a judgment, whether rightly or wrongly, that judgment stays and is binding. So it's just for you to lick your wound, and that's what they'll be doing. It's an unfortunate situation, and for me, I don't want to believe that it was a genuine. How do I put it? That it was genuinely done. Those judgments. I don't want to believe that there was no something behind it, because it was too glaring to anybody, even an undergraduate. We would know that, look, the position as at the time that election that petition was taken, that we have a Supreme Court decision regarding membership of a party, regarding nomination of a candidate, regarding all these things. and the Supreme Court have taken decision in that regard, and I said, look, it is an internal. Even though I disagree with it.
You disagree with that?
Yes, I disagree with the Supreme Court. There's nothing I can do regarding the nomination of candidate that only aspirants who participated can challenge it, and it's a party affair that cannot be challenged by anybody. That's not that for me. I disagree with it.
Why? Why would you disagree?
If I even look at the law, which says only aspirant can challenge it, that law does not say a person who is from other party who wants to challenge that nomination at the tribunal cannot do so. What that section was talking about was about, look, if you are a participant in the primary of a party and you want to challenge that nomination of any candidate that's been declared as a party candidate, you have 15 days, 14 days to go to court and as a federal court as a pre-election matter to challenge it. That does not preclude any other person that is coming from outside.
So that's what our constitution.
Because, of course, because you see, there's a contradiction here. The same Supreme Court, with due respect, when PDP challenged the nomination of the vice president, the candidate at that time, our current vice president now, they challenged his nomination that was not properly nominated. Pre-election matter.
Yes.
At that time, it went up to Supreme Court. Supreme Court said, no, it's a pre-election matter, does not concern you. Wait till the tribunal proper for you to challenge it. And the tribunal proper, they challenge it, and they say, no, you cannot challenge it at the tribunal. It must be a pre-election matter. Which one are we picking? So what I'm saying is that, look, if you are saying only an aspirant in a party can challenge nomination of his candidates, what happened to that grant of our law that says you can challenge a candidate's election based on non-qualification? So are you that before the election that was not even qualified to stand for that election? So what does not qualify mean that you are saying that it does not have the certificate, exactly qualification, it does not have or it has this and that. How do you prove it? If you are saying you cannot bring that up at the tribunal, how do you not challenge the non-qualification of a candidate?
So don't you think that the Supreme Court, in its wisdom, understand the nitty-gritty, understand that this is not supposed to be so, because they can be conflicting themselves? Don't you think there's something that they are seeing that we are not seeing, especially with the level at which they work?
With due respect to the Supreme Court. Yeah, I know this has been taken. You can't challenge it anyway. You can only go to God. But we are saying this for the purpose of the future. The Supreme Court is the only court in Nigeria that can change a decision. In other words, if you have a similar matter before them tomorrow, they can go against that particular decision.
What they have said earlier.
We have realized that it was an error. We can change it. So that's the reason why I am saying some of these things. But they will also consider it and say, look, if we allow this, that means we are saying if a candidate, a party compromise, and decide to give a candidate who is not qualified to contest, and nobody is challenging it among the aspirants, that means that person automatically becomes if you win the election, you can't challenge that nomination again because the law says, the Supreme Court says it cannot be challenged. It's a pre-election matter. So are you getting my point? So we need to look into it. We need that has to be looked into. So like I said, even though I'm not in agreement with that, the tribunal, who are senior judges, knowing fully well what the Supreme Court just said in the presidential election, went contrary to it. And in law, you see in law, there's what we call judicial precedent.
Yes.
You must follow precedent. Even if the Supreme Court has made an error, just like I said, that I didn't agree with them, and even if the courts don't agree with them to the lower court, they have no choice than to follow it. And the Supreme Court has said so. So you have to go by the Supreme Court decision. They now went against the Supreme Court decision. We said it that time. Some people were saying we don't know what we're saying, that there's a difference between a nomination and this and that. So look, having said it by the Supreme Court, whether it is right or it is not wrong, or this is what I say, you must go by what the Supreme Court has said, except you can distinguish that this case, the fact of this case and this ones are not the same. And in this case, they are the same. Because what are we talking about? Nomination of candidates, whether it's a pre-election matter or not. So as far as I'm concerned, even though I have my disagreement with it, but there's nothing you can do. Those House of Assembly members, the Senate members, the House of Rep member, there's nothing they can do. If any lawyer is telling them to file any paper in court or whatever, they will only chop their money. And that, in fact, that lawyer will soon be if that matter gets to the Supreme Court, if it gets to the Supreme Court, I believe they will say something that lawyer will not like.
Wow. Okay, so from one judicial matter to another, I want you to, in a few minutes, talk about this other issue. Rivers elders kick as court shuns suit against Tinubu's peace pact. What do you think they are trying to do here?
No, I heard the news yesterday, but I have not read it fully. I heard that the matter has been struck out, and they're on the ground of a local standing.
Which matter exactly?
On the ground of jurisdiction. You know, there are the elders, the people that call themselves elder in the River State. They went to court to declare that resolution signed by the governor, with what's it called?
With the president.
As not enforced and unconstitutional. They went to court to that. They said, look, it's not enforceable, it cannot be done. Okay. So I heard yesterday headline news, I didn't get the detail, that the matter has been struck out on the ground that the court lacked jurisdiction. So I don't know the basis upon which the court reached that conclusion. So I won't be able to either say the court was rightly, it was rightly said, or it was not wrongly said. In my own opinion, I've not seen the detail.
But does the court have the right to meddle in such kind of issue? Because it's a one-on-one deal. It's a one-on-one deal with two individuals hoping to make peace. But a third party is saying that they are not in agreement with the peace pact.
Let me answer your question with question.
Yes.
The peace pact they are trying to make, who will be the beneficiary and who will it be affect? Who will it affect?
So that is the question. How does the judiciary peace pact between two?
Let me say that the peace pact they are entering into. Is it regarding business of a Governor Fubara and the personal business of Mr. Agwike?
It is supposed to be for the overall peace, for the general peace of the people of River State.
So who are those who went to court? Those that were affected by it. Don't they have the right? So you see, we are making one mistake in this country. Some people see those governors and whoever is in charge as the owner of the court. Whatever they do, they are the one. Leave them. And that's how some people will tell you, why are you people crying more than the brief? When people of the River State are talking, are saying we will not agree, they will say, why are you crying more than they believe? Who will suffer the consequences of what they have signed? If there is no development in the state, who will suffer it? And again, what are they even saying? They are not even saying that now. They are saying, look, there is no the president has no power to say this, to do that, contrary to the position of the contract. For example, the issue of members of the House of Assembly that they can't. The resolution said they must be returned back and they should retain their position as APC or whatever the member they are. It's not within the power of anybody to sign as an agreement. It's a constitutional matter. So that's why they're going to court. Look, by law, this cannot be done by agreement. Even if the government agree to it, it's not every the agreement you sign that must be enforceable. The agreement that will say it's not enforceable, even though you signed it because of certain factor. Maybe the agreement has to do with you want to kill somebody. You now say no, there's an agreement now. Well, you must go ahead. So the agreement is not enforceable, and that's what they are saying. So they are saying that look, this agreement is unconstitutional. It's not enforceable. The court should declare it so.
All right.
That's what I think.
All right. So let's move to the next one, and it's coming from the Punch newspaper, and the big story there says kidnapping epidemic. Kano, 9 others more death sentence, life jail, and the writer there says Kano, Benue, Anambra, others committed to death sentence for convict officials, and also IG orders intelligence gathering on abduction, kidnappers, landlords risk 20 years jail term. And also on the top slip of the same newspaper, we have federal government to sell 5 power plants for $1 billion. Naira depreciation pushes drugs imports to 950 billion naira. And also we have Nigerians lambast Wiki for downplaying abduction epidemic. On the bottom slip of the same newspaper, we have Blinken meets Tinubu pledges pledges $45 million security funds for Nigeria and others. Barrister, let's take a little bite on this particular story, and that is on Blinken meeting Tinubu and pledging $45 million security funds for Nigeria. Are these people really serious? Do you really think they take Nigeria seriously?
I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, Blinken, the United States of America.
Are we seeing ourselves as a serious person? Are we serious? It's the way you put yourself, the way they price you or sell you. So it's not their fault. If we are not going begging, cap in hand and start begging and doing like we can't organize ourselves in our country. We have enough natural resources to even grow more than the Dubai or even the US itself. Where we are still begging, going around, and the corruption everywhere. So if the way they see you finish, they put to you whatever you. So for me, I don't blame them. I don't blame anybody that is trying to bring you down. If you put yourself in a way that people will, the way you are, you show the way you appear, the way people treat you. If you look somehow, they will treat you somehow. So what we have done, what they have done, so it was better have a choice. Or are you complaining? Why don't you bring your complaint? Is that the money is too small, or is it what is the complaint now? That you say that they serious? I don't know.
Yes. So
is it that the money is small? Is it that they are not supposed to give us the money? Is it that why are they saying this to us? I don't know. I don't even understand the question.
So the question basically is knowing the institutional connection, of the West, because lots of African countries have blamed the West, for intruding into their crisis, for intruding into their issues, and for that making it worse. And we've seen the United States, what they've done in Niger, what they've done in other places, and it seems to us that the United States of America is trying to infiltrate into the makeup of the Nigerian state.
I don't understand it. I don't understand how they are intruding. Were they the one who forced themselves on us? Were we not going to beg them, have you not seen our president moving from one place to another to meet them, to talk to them and say, look, we want you people to come and invest in our country, and we'll see you. We are going cap in hand, begging people all around, and they are coming to give you. So you say you need money, or you need money. I decide to give you money. You see, say I'm intruding your affair. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to do? You want just me to sit down? Or if I give you money today, I won't be able to direct you as to what to do? If you have that, and that's why we say you have Godfather. Those who call Godfather in politics, they are Godfather not because they have a brain or whatever. It's because they were the one financing you, or they have influence on you. So that influence on you is what makes them your Godfather. It's that ability to influence you. So if we believe that US can influence us, and if we believe we need to get support of US to do whatever we want to do, so if they are controlling us, how can you cut that one and what's it called? It's our choice to make. Is that if we want to allow them to, if we want to be on our own, do things that will make people respect us. If you want to do what will make them see that look, these people are independent, they know what they are doing. There's nothing we can offer them that will buy them. They will not push that to you.
Because lots of Nigerians, after the February 25th elections and what happened afterwards, lots of Nigerians questioned, why the United States of America, even when they saw what happened, why they didn't say anything about that. And
say what? To come and remove the president, or to come and declare our election invalid? Are we not a sovereign nation? Are we being controlled by US? We are even appropriating and reprobating. We are saying they are controlling, they are intruding in our affair, and we are also saying why are they not interfering in our I don't know what understand us. So when it suits us, we are a sovereign nation. The only thing America can do is just to advise us if we need it, and they were not bound to follow their advice. It's our choice to either follow or not. They are not bigger than us. They are a country. We are a country. We are a sovereign nation. They are a sovereign nation. So we are all the same. But if the way you carry yourself is the way other people will carry you. So if you are not carried well, if you didn't carry yourself well, they will price you in a way you want to price you. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what the people want in the US to do at that election. Should they come and tell the court to invalidate our election? Do they want them to come and say remove the president? I don't know what they want them to do. And yet again, they will tell you the US is controlling us. And yet, when you have issue, you say US come and assist us. Nigeria will write citing letter to them, citing letter to this and that, as if they are the one, they are the one in charge of our nation. And then when it comes to other thing, they will say, why are these people interfering in our affair? We don't even know what we want. We are appropriating and reprobating.
Exactly. So let's move to the Nation newspaper, and the big story there says tiers of government share 1.1 trillion naira from Federation account revenue. And on the top slip of the same newspaper, we have shake up in police intelligence operations and storm in Plateau House of Assembly. Plan to unify forex rate. Reporting on the way. EFCC how XHOS or your laundered millions. And Barrister, let's talk about the unification of the forex. And of course, when the president of Nigeria floated the naira, it caused a loss of issue, and the avalanche is still before us. And now we are hearing that there's plan to unify forex rate. Do you think these people, the economists that we have at the seat of governance, truly do understand the pain points?
Has that not been done before? Have we not been told there's a unification of a forex exchange? I think that was part of the policies of this government when they came in after the issue of subsidy is gone. The other one was the issue of unification of forex, and which are those two major policies that brought us to where we are today. You see, for me, I see people who call technocrats or experts in this and that. They rely more on textbook paper without they don't look at reality. What they look at most time is this textbook arrangements, textbook policies, or what they do other elsewhere.
Yes.
Without looking at our own environment. That's why you see with due respect, they presented a task force on a tax reform or something. It was saying that look for the Agberos, the touts, what they call them, is that what they call them? Will be considered as will be trained
tax collectors.
as tax collectors. What happened to our graduates? What happened to our graduates? Can they be trained more and then become that? Are you not saying the graduates now go for them to get that job now? Let's go and train as Agbero so that we qualify to do that. Are you saying being an Agbero or being in charge of doing something that is wrong in the country can earn you a better? I'm not saying it's not rehabilitate them or give them better life or whatever. But it's not that kind of job.
But not putting them in the position.
It's not that kind of job.
Very sensitive.
It is not that kind of job. You are saying you are rubbishing people who have gone to school. To think that that's what I'm saying. You are saying, look, your going to school does not make anything. Just be an Agbero. You can get a better job.
But my question is, what do you think is the motivating factor? What is influencing these people? They are supposed to be economic gatekeepers in our country. They've gone to Ivy League schools. They understand the nitty-gritty. They understand the main issue. Why is it that when it now comes to them implementing some of these things, they just begin to...
That school is where?
West in the West. Harvard, business schools and so on.
Is it in Nigeria?
No.
The economy in that country and the one Nigeria, they are the same. The way and manner we practice our own democracy and practice our own system here is the same thing. That's why I said they rely more on textbook, what's it called, analogy, to give us whatever. They will not look at. You see, if we say it's at time we design our own way of doing things. There is no, when you say economy, or whatever they call economy is whatever you people think that it will work for you in terms of getting benefit to yourself in terms of doing things. It's not compulsory. You must go by what textbook says. But we are too much concerned about the principle set down in textbook without looking at the reality of that. That's what we have a problem in this country. Most of those people who call technocrats and they rely more on this book and they are too rigid. They don't look at reality, and because maybe because why they have. They don't see or feel the pain or the circumstance of that. Because some of them believe that how can somebody say he doesn't have one in their account. So they will not be thinking about those people. How can somebody who is living in the country will say, I don't have 200,000 in my account. I can deposit. That's what they say. They say if you are not making it, you are not doing well, that means you are lazy. There are a lot of opportunity on that. Are you providing that enabling environment for it? So when you rely more on the foreign, and then they just copy what they do abroad. Like I said, they copy without looking at the reality of that. So it's until we do to this democracy we are practicing, we can modify. There is no law that says democracy must. This is the way it must go. You can't modify it. We can localize it and use it to suit our own purpose. This is our own democracy. We can they don't even have to change the name. It's as well as it's about the people. That is the essence of democracy. It's about the people. It's what it's about the people. It's democracy. So there's no law that says this is what we must go to. But we know all these people, they know these things. They are not feeling the pains. That's why they are saying what they are saying, and that's why they are doing this textbook trial and error. I see them as trial and error. Whatever they are giving to us, as far as I'm concerned, none of them has worked. Especially since this government came into power, none of the economic theory that they've been propagating has worked. None of them. No, if you know one that has worked, please, I want to be educated.
Exactly. So finally, let's go global for a while, and this is coming from the Guardian UK, and the big story there says Prime Minister Rishi Sunak warns of more attacks in Yemen as a crisis grows. Barrister, let's take in 60 seconds. Let's just talk about this, because of course what happens in other parts of the world directly affects us also, and there is this brewing crisis of the US and the UK fighting the Yemenis, especially the Houthis, that are affecting the trade and all. Now, how do you think this would cascade to other parts of the world, especially Nigeria, when there is a growing crisis in the Middle East? How do you think that will affect our economy in Nigeria? And how can we avert it locally, just like you talked about?
You see, whatever happened, the world is a global world now, and whatever happens somewhere will affect another person. Especially in Nigeria, where we depend more on foreign things, and then and that's why you see whenever anything happens in any part of the world, they say there will be increment on the price of goods in our country, and people will say, look at Yemen, all this fight, Ukraine, whatever, Russia war. We were told that the last administration, we were told. They were saying why they were not able to do anything, even though it was 1 year to the end of their tenure. They say it was because of that Ukraine and the Kidnappers war. So there is no way there will be crisis somewhere outside the country. Apparently, like I said, Nigeria, that rely more on foreign aid and the foreign goods of anybody. We import more than the export. Even our leaders, they do most of importing. Their health is foreign, their medical is foreign, their education is foreign. That's what they do. So it will affect our economy in a way, because it will reduce. If you go to our market today now, see most of those foreign, even pastry or whatever, those groceries, you will not see them. And if you see them, the one you are buying like 1,000 before, they are like 5,000, 10,000 or 6,000. So it will definitely affect the cost of. I mean, I don't even know why we like this war, fight and war. What benefit does it bring to us? This war is about selfish interest. Those people who are fighting this war, those who are saying this and that, it's about selfish interest. But what are they? What they know what they want to gain from it. Because I don't see why me as a human being or as a country, how can I want to say I want to go and destroy another country in the name of we are fighting for this and that? How can't we look at amicable solutions? The world itself, they are not even those who call the war power. They are not even consistent. At the point they will be talking about peace, amicable ADR, this is and that. Peaceful solution. And whenever anything happens, the first thing they will be thinking about is how to. I don't know why somebody would wake up and say, I'm preparing a grenade, I'm preparing a war clinic. Why? If you are not looking for war, if you are not going to why
create the weapons to fight?
I don't understand. Like one of my friends would say, he said the most coward thing that has been produced is gone. That because if you say, okay, you want to fight, let everybody come out and then they don't use any what's it called, special equipment. Then you will know that whether or not you can fight or you cannot fight. Let's use our natural way of doing things. But like I said, we must preach peace more than the war. Exactly. War will not help anybody. It will only benefit only few people who are doing it.
Very, very true. I'd love to say my big thank you to Barrister Tunji Abdulhamid for being part of our show today. Thank you so very much, sir. Thank you. All right, so when we return, Northern senators reject federal government's move to relocate federal institutions to Lagos. That in a bit. When we come back, please don't go anywhere.